Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders. What can we say about the Raiders? What can we say about the Las Vegas Raiders? They're sitting at 2-6 on the season right now. They have lost not one, not two, not three, but 4 games in a row. They have lost to the Broncos, Steelers, Rams, and the Chiefs 4 times in a row, giving up 34 points, 32 points, 20, and 27 points in those last few games. Moving forward, they do play back-to-back road games versus the Bengals and the Dolphins. Then they're back home versus the Broncos, and then Kansas City, and then the round out in November, right? So we got to ask this question. After a 2-6 start to the season, losing 4 games in a row, way or no way is Antonio Pierce out as the Las Vegas Raiders head coach after this season? When we look at the Las Vegas Raiders, guys, they have had one of the hardest schedules to start the season. They played the Ravens, they played the Broncos, Steelers, Chiefs, and Rams and Chargers, all of which are potentially playoff teams. Those 6 teams that I named off are all potential playoff-bound teams. Moving forward, they do play some more tough games, right? They do play the Broncos again. They play the Dolphins, getting to it right, getting right? And then they play the Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Falcons, and then the Saints. Derek Carr comes back home to play the Raiders. There isn't one easy game on the Raiders schedule moving forward. Maybe the Jaguars, but then again, we saw what happened to the Carolina Panthers. Not an easy game. The heart and soul of the Las Vegas Raiders is the defense, and they're playing pretty bad right now. Let's just be honest. Not because they are bad, it's because the offense is that bad and they can't stay on the field to give the defense any rest at all. So they play good for about 3 quarters and then they lose gas. They get tired. And of course, it doesn't help when you lose Wilkins on the losing him to a season-ending injury early in the year. That's a huge hole that they have yet to fill. So, way or no way, will the Chargers fire Antonio Pierce after this season? And this is a no way. This is a no way. I am going to boost up the Las Vegas Raiders here. I'm going to promote the Las Vegas Raiders here. So this is a no way. Pending a fire sale, meaning getting everybody out, Max Crosby, Jacoby Myers, right? Pending a fire sale, Raiders general manager and ownership needs to understand that this season was a lose-lose spot. This was a no-win situation for Antonio Pierce and the Las Vegas Raiders this season. Why? Because this team was rebuilding. This team was in a nice full rebuild, putting some nice pieces together. They had some parts. They got the outline of the puzzle together, but then they had a very tough schedule. This season for the Las Vegas Raiders was a lose-lose situation. And I was made fun of talking down on the Raiders this offseason when I was right. I told you guys that the Raiders are going to have a down season. And it's not because of they have a bad team, not because they have a bad coach, not because they don't have potential. It's because they have a lot of tough-ass games. The Chargers, Broncos, and Chiefs, those are all tough games. And then the Ravens, right? I mean, it gets harder and harder week after week. It is tough. And they have no solid quarterback play. I have never seen a team with such a fluid quarterback room. Poof. Next person up. They can't find anybody. But if general manager and ownership is smart, they would keep Antonio Pierce. They would keep him. He is building something in Las Vegas. He has an opportunity to do good things, if not great things, in Las Vegas. Keep him around not 2 years, but 3, 4, 5 years. Give him time to implement his system. Give him time to be great. This is his first year. He has yet to even be a year coach. We're always talking about, fired him, right? You don't have a quarterback. You trade your best receiver. Your second best defensive player goes down. It is tough. So, guys, way or no way will the Raiders fire Antonio Pierce at the end of the season? John says, no way. No way. No way. Laura says, no way. They will keep him. I almost want to say, mark my words. And Laura, I agree with you. Put your initials by it, right? Put that LH by it. LJH. Laura says they will not fire him. Mark my words, she says. James says, no way. I hate one and done in the head coaching position. It takes a couple of seasons to see what they're doing will work. And James, I agree with you, right? I agree with you to an extent, right? The only reason why I would support a head coaching change of firing in Las Vegas is that he did have 6 games under his belt last season, right? So it's a year and a half. And we can see him, right? But I do hate one and dones. Arizona Cardinals will forever be dead to me. The year that they had Josh Rosen as quarterback, and forget who the head coach was, but they fired both of those guys after 1 year to bring in Cliff Kingsbury and then Kyler Murray, right? They're like, oh, let's get Josh Rosen out and the head coach out. We want Kyler Murray, and the only reason why we think Kyler Murray can work is if we bring in Cliff and whatever. But you get what I'm saying. I do. I agree. Hate it. Laura says, it should say, no way. They will definitely keep him. I almost want to say, mark my words. Oh, I already said that. John says, keep him and get Gruden as offensive coordinator, familiar with young quarterbacks. John Gruden will never coach in the NFL again. I don't think John. I think John Gruden is 100% done in the NFL. Not because he doesn't want to be, not because I don't think any team is going to take a risk on him. I don't think no team is willing to be like, hey, we're going to try to win a lot of games, but can like this? I don't know. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think John Gruden's happy doing his YouTube thing. You guys need to look up John Gruden up on YouTube. He has the Fired Coaches Association, right?